Good morning. Welcome back. I am back down at Fox Hunters today. Not much progress this week because I've not really been here. I've had another big job start this week down in Sidmouth. So that's a large doctor surgery, big extension. We've got about 16 more consultant rooms, a couple offices, new pharmacy. So there's loads going on down there. So I had to go down there for a day, get there, a couple of guys set off down there. And then I've just got loads of other jobs. Our Lynmouth project's still ongoing. It's closing down now, so it's just all the sort of snaggy bits and that take a bit of time. So I've been down there for a day as well, and then we've got another project going on near Barnstable, which I've spent a day there, which is where I am again tomorrow. So we were here on Friday though. I was down here with my old man on Friday, so we managed to get some cable in. I'll show you in a bit. So today I'm going to tie everything in that we've pulled in. And then I'm going to dress all the rooms in nicely because we've got cables hanging everywhere at the minute. I want to get them all pulled in, and then I want to go into the plant room and I want to get them all fed down into the boards, into the right locations, ready for termination. And then what we'll do maybe next weekend or the weekend after, we'll do a big video on terminating the whole of the plant room. So that'll probably be a week-long video. I expect there's quite a lot to do in there, a lot of circuits. So let's take a look around. Okay, yeah, so we've put in tons more Cat 6 again. So we had the client come around yesterday, and what we've added on quite a few more locations in terms of Cat 6 as well. We've got another 12 Cat 6s to pull in now, which is fine, not a problem. I think the only issue with that is we may have to get another network switch because I think we were already getting quite close to our limit on those. So yeah, we've started pulling in cables here now for the TVs on either wall, so they're going to be connected up. They'll literally either run on a disc or a USB just to play their promotional stuff that they've got for what they're doing here. We've got some Cat 6 here running over to this corner. That's for upstairs. So we've got up in the boardroom, which is directly above me, which I'll show you next week. There's going to be, they want a big screen on the wall in the big conference room. So we're going to have HDMI links over via Cat 6 in 2 locations in that room. So you can either be at the front by the screen, giving a lecture or whatever, and likewise there's a desk in the back corner for the owner. And yeah, he'll have the ability to link up to the screen via HDMI at the back as well. So try and make it as future-proof as we can. So yeah, I've tied a lot of it in already, a lot of the Cat 6. This lot we need to just tidy up a little bit here. But you can see we've got all this lot coming down here now. So there's, crikey, what was there, I think it's 27 Cat 6 cables on this bit of basket, but we've got another 27 or so coming from the other direction at the minute. I've got to get all this lot tied in a minute, tidy all this lot up, get this lot all back to the mains. So I've tied the Cat 6 down the main run. I've just got to tie in the last of the main circuits here. We've got a load more to go in here still. So we've got the offices now. So what we're doing, we're starting to get these set out ready. So we're going to drop the Cat 6s and power down in the pipes here. So we've got retractive switches in here because we've got absence detectors. So what we've got high level there is a double pole key switch and a double pole emergency key switch, so we can isolate the emergency lights. So this will be on an absence detector with a retractive switch by the door, and then also a secondary retractive switch at the desk location. So if for whatever reason they are still enough that the absence detector detects no motion for 30 minutes or whatever we set them to, that the light goes off, they can just easily put the lights back on again. We've got automated blinds in those 3 rooms at the back here because they're run via a photocell because there's a dark sky corridor just behind here. So there's some trees out there which some bats live in, so we've got to look after them, unfortunately. So we've got automated blinds in here that work off a photocell. So when it gets a bit darker, the blinds will come down so we're not shedding unnatural light through the building. So what else have we got? We've got toilets are all built now. So we've got toilets, shower rooms, all built here, disabled toilet. So we've piped all that out ready for hand dryers and lights and things. So they're all ready to go. We've put our own mattresses in, so we've got good fixings. All right, that's something you always want to try and coordinate with your dry liners. Make sure you've got mattresses in, and if they're not doing it, make sure you put it in yourself, and then you've got good fixings on everything. So come back in here. It's a little bit dark in here, but we've got a load more Cat 6 going out there now into the plant room, and likewise with the mains cables. So we pulled another, I think it was another 20 Cat 6s yesterday, and we pulled another 10 power circuits in. So I'm going to get all that tied down first thing, and then we'll go through some more interesting stuff, shall we? Let's try and pull in some more circuits, maybe get some of this wired in the shop in here. And yeah, just keep pushing it on a bit. Nice one, I'll catch you in a bit. What we're doing on all the internal walls, we're putting in these intermittent pads. So these walls are only rated for 30 minutes anyway, but we're lining them all with an intermittent pad. So there you go. It's an Envirograph. Never heard of them. And that's a double plug gasket. So it's a 1 to 4 hour protection. All our boxes are 47mm deep. I've done that literally on everything because I like to have room for my connections. There's, and on a new build like this, it's easy. We're setting everything out on caddy straps. If you've not seen a caddy strap before, I'll show you a caddy strap in a minute. That's a caddy strap, or what I call a caddy strap. I think other people call it a wall bracket or something, I don't know. But you can bend these out whatever you need to, screw them into either timber or metal stud work, and you've got holes there where you fix your box along. Much easier and quicker than cutting noggins. So we've got those putty pads, those gaskets in the internal walls, and then on like these pink walls here, the main partition wall. So that's that'll either be an hour or a 90-minute wall. I can't remember which one they are now. So these will actually get lined with proper putty pads. So that's I'll show you one of those in a minute as well. I hate doing them, but something we have to do for fire protection. So I'll get a couple of those in a minute. I'll show you those. But so I've cable tied down that middle section. Like I said last week in my video, I always like to tie from a midpoint, because then literally you're working to two loose ends, so you can work all the way back that way. Any twists that you've got, you can work out easy enough. But to be fair, if you've pulled 4, 5, 6 cables at once, all off of the drums at the same time in a nice clean swoop, you shouldn't have any twists anyway. They should just fall in together really nicely. What I would say is that when you've pulled in, say for this office here, when you've pulled in your lighting circuit, power circuit, and whatever else all in one go, tie that set in, all right, rather than them rushing on and doing another 3 offices and then trying to cable tie it all, and it just becomes an absolute mess. Don't get me wrong, this has got a fixed ceiling, all right. This is never going to be seen again. It will be seen in 30 years when they rip the ceiling down because they're rewiring it or whatever, all right. But that does not mean that we shouldn't be taking pride in our work. My client is walking around here every other day, and they're going to see this as it progresses, and they're going to look up and think, damn. Or at least that's what I like to think they do anyway. Right, I've been doing a bit more cable tying again. So I've got these cables down here. What we've run in is we've put in some hook plates, and we've put catenary wire in. It's sagging quite a bit now because we've got a bit of weight on there, so I'm going to put in some extra hooks just so we've got extra support. At the moment, we've plastic tied it along, only because we've still got cables to add in. The data cabling there, where it runs along, is in metal all-round band fixed up to the steels. Now, the only reason we didn't do that for the power was just because there's so much more of it. It would just take ages to map it all out. So we've mapped the lights out with catenary, and then tied along that. What I'll do, once we've got everything in, I'll come along and I'll put metal cable ties along that, get rid of all the plastic, put metal ties on. So it's all up with regulations. I'm a bit bored of cable tying for a minute, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to start pulling some cables out in the reception area, and same in here. I'm going to try and do all the links in all here. We've got ring main, so every office is on a 20 amp radial. Individually, they're on their own lighting circuit as well. The only thing that's common is the cleaning socket, so we've got a 1 gang cleaning socket in every office, as well as in the hallways and things, and that's just going to be on a 2.5 ring main, only because it's low load, and it's just, yeah, easier for me to wire it like that. I might do it as 2 radials, depending on how easy it is to split around the building. So yeah, let's get pulling in some cables, and then we'll jump back on the cable tying this afternoon and get that back to the board. What I like to do, particularly in office situations, is I wire each desk position on its own separate radial. So in here we've got 2 desk positions. So I bring out 2 boxes. All I do is that I've got one for my data, one for my power, because they're going to go into the back of a dado. Now the reason I put a box is because then I can put a putty pad in and it's fireproofed, and then my penetration literally comes straight into the back of the PVC dado trunk in. But we've met the fire regs that's required, and building regs are happy as well. But yeah, I'll do them every desk on its own 20 amp 4mm radial. This is because if anybody then plugs in a faulty piece of equipment, they plug in a fan or a little heater, or a computer goes bang or whatever, anything, you minimize the losses for the business in terms of data. Because if you had all 5 of these offices on one circuit, and someone plugs in their computer and it goes pop, or a heater or something like that, ends up blowing the circuit, you're going to potentially lose quite a lot of work or data that other people are working on have not saved. So this way, we minimize the losses for businesses in the event of a fault. It's been terribly quiet here on my own today, which I don't mind. It's nice, you can keep cracking on, get on with things. But I've spent a bit of time, which did some stuff I wouldn't normally do on site. Checked on the old YouTube videos, been catching up on a bit of Nick Bundy and Adam Dunlop. I hope you're doing all right, Nick, after your beard transplant. What else have we caught up on? I haven't watched anything from Tony in a little while, to be fair, at Joint Techs, and I might have a little gander on that in a minute, a little goosey. I don't know why. I don't know if any of you other guys out there are the same, but I really, really enjoy watching Izzy the Bricky. Now, he does block work and brickwork. Not anything I'm interested in doing, but I just really enjoy watching his videos. So if you haven't come across Izzy the Bricky before, I would say go and go and check it out. If you're generally interested in, good quality tradesmen doing genuinely good quality work, then yeah, it's worth checking him out. Does some really nice stuff, and he actually cares about what he's doing. A bit like, well, I'd like to think like I do. I care about what I'm doing all the time. Try and do the best that you can. But yeah, so I'm going to keep cable tying in here in the plant room, get these all round to the distribution boards, and then yeah, make a choice on what I want to do next. Really, not too sure. Might go pull some cables into the offices and get them actually dressed into the desk locations, or I can get these drilled out into the top of the trunk and fed into the boards, ready to connect up in a couple of weeks' time. But we'll see what I want to do in a minute. Right, so there we go. That's me for today. It's just gone on 4 o'clock, so I finished cable tying into the plant room. Both of those down. I've stopped there because I need to bend those back around on a bit of basket that's going through that wall there. Yeah. Oh, just it's one of those days. I feel like I've got quite a bit done with all the cable tying and that, but oh, it's dull. So dull. I feel like I'm an apprentice again. But yeah, so I'm gonna pick my tools up in a minute, head off. We're at a different job tomorrow, so tomorrow is Sunday. This video will be going out tomorrow night. I might feature a bit of what's happening tomorrow. Depends. Tomorrow I've got so much to do there. I don't know if I'll have any time to get anything. Yeah, I don't think I'll have any time tomorrow to get anything on camera. But it is what it is. I mean, I would. It's no love lost. It's not that much of a great job anyway, to be honest. So yeah, we're all tied back through here. All this is nice and tidy right the way back through. Let's have a look in the far side there a minute before we go. All the Celotex is here, look ready. They've got underfloor heating going down this week sometime. Oh, it's a bit dark in here still, Christ. But you can see here now, so this is all tidied up, all the data and mains going back through. All nice and tidy, ready. So we've left the gap there in between the data because we've still got one more bunch of orange to go in there, and then beside that we'll have blue, green and purple with all the other different things going on there. Got a load more twin and earths to go in. But yeah, so all round it's been a good day. And I'm gonna, yeah, like I said, I'm gonna pick up now, head off home, because I am knackered. It's been a hell of a long week. Well, I mean, you know, guys, I've been working every day at the moment, so I've not actually had a day off. Sorry about the exposure, it's a bit crap, the light coming through there, but yeah, all nicely tied back here, look. Straight down the corridor, all the way that way. Same again that way, all nicely tied in. So yeah, looking really smart, I'm really pleased with it. But yeah, so I will probably say goodbye then, and I'll see you next week, guys. So next week we'll be doing, I'm going to be filming all week long. We've got loads of cabling to pull in. We're going to get, yeah, loads more cables chucked in. Probably do some second fixing in the boards if I get time. We've got ductwork to go in, and then next weekend we should have my big fan unit turn up for the MVHR unit. So this thing is huge. It is massive. So I'm going to have a few of us here. We're going to get that lifted up into place and maybe get some filming of us getting a load of ducting up for that. So yeah, I will see you next week. Thanks, guys. Thanks for all the new subscribers. If you aren't a subscriber, make sure you hit subscribe, hit the like button, get in the comments, and let me know what you think. See you later.